How One Bad Episode Ruined a Podcaster's Entire Life by SunnyV2. Now, I see H3 in the thumbnail, so a podcast episode ruined his entire life. I'm guessing they don't mean content-wise. They probably mean like actual his life. Something must have happened, bro, because man, still doing good on YouTube, ain't he? I don't know. We about to go ahead and find out what he's talking about today. Without further ado, let's get it.
It was the 84th episode of the H3 podcast.
Oh, it's 5 whole years ago.
Host Ethan Klein chose to interview his favorite comedian, Bill Burr.
And I was such a big fan of Bill Burr, obviously. Who isn't? He's a legend.
But after
a lot of people love Bill Burr.
minutes of talking, Ethan's life had been altered permanently.
That's when I started taking antidepressants after that episode.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, you'll remember a specific date.
After that episode.
September 2018. It was not only the day when the episode was first posted, but it was also a day when viewers were already annoyed at Ethan for something he'd done prior.
I missed the old Ethan, okay.
5 days beforehand, on the 7th of September, Ethan used his H3H3 Productions main channel to advertise a game they'd been building.
H3H3
which was
ball
especially
writer.
annoying since they hadn't uploaded anything else over the previous 3 months.
Wow.
We waited 3 months for a 2.5-minute ad. I can't skip the ad for some reason. So disappointing that we waited for 3 months and this is a standalone video. This is something that belongs tagged at the end of a good old H3H3 vid.
Damn.
Prompting Ethan to respond via Twitter.
Bro, I don't know how big I'm gonna get, how much, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I reach big major success one day, I hope I don't see them comments nowhere, bro. Like, oh, I miss the old DairuTV. I don't like this new Dairu. That's gonna suck, nigga. Hey, I'm gonna try my best not to change, bro. You know what I'm saying? Cause damn, I know it'd be annoying as hell reading them comments. It's a lot of big YouTubers that probably didn't have to read them same exact comments and sit back like, yo, what the hell? Like, goddamn.
This therefore established that in the same week as interviewing Bill Burr, Ethan was not only increasingly prone to criticism, but his confidence had also been crushed.
There was a lot going on in my head.
Which was certainly awful timing, as Ethan was set to face his toughest guest so far. Bill Burr had been running his own Monday morning podcast since May of 2007, meaning he had 11 years of podcasting experience compared to Ethan's year and a half. Ethan skipped all the side quests and went straight for the boss. Ethan was therefore extremely nervous from the moment the episode started.
I am so neurotic. I am nervous. I'm nervous right now.
Okay.
Very nervous.
I don't think that's gonna help.
How do you?
He said, okay. Hey, you know what I'm Hey, that's true though. It's like, nigga, why you telling me? Okay, you nervous, motherfucker? Like, cool. I don't know why you telling me that.
I'm on edge.
Only made worse given Ethan and his wife were both massive fans of Bill Burr's show.
Like, we were listening to his podcast every day during that time.
Okay.
Ethan therefore also began the episode with a compliment, although there was a reason this made Bill somewhat uncomfortable. In a Hollywood Reporter interview, it was stated, even a compliment can potentially rub Burr the wrong way. As Bill explained, if someone was really nice, I would just be like, get away from me. If someone was an asshole, it's like, oh, that seems familiar. For whatever reason, I don't
like being complimented. I know people like that.
Which killed the episode from the second the podcast started.
I'm cool with compliments, but don't like praise me, because then it just is like, okay, bro, stop. Like, because I'm a humble dude. I don't think, it ain't that I don't think that, I almost said I don't think that much of myself. That's not true. I think I'm a really great dude, but at the same time, I'm humble and down to earth. So like, if you talk me up too much, I'm all right, bro, chill out, calm the fuck down. I'm just a regular dude, man, cut that shit out. So I get it. I guess Bill Burr feels the same way. Like, bro, don't put me on the pedestal, dog. I don't want to be.
Ethan came in.
Take me off the pedestal that you got me on.
As a fan, as a listener of Bill's podcast, and Bill came into this podcast with an attitude of, I don't know who you are, I don't give a shit.
As mentioned, it quickly became obvious that Bill didn't want to be there, which, as highlighted by Red Bar, is the perfect mixture for a terrible show.
Why he go then?
To be in a nasty little mood, and that could ruin the whole interview. Look at him. Look how miserable he is.
Whether or not Bill was in a bad mood would be up for debate.
I was like, why he go then?
As the interview continued, something became obvious. Bill Burr wasn't going to blindly agree with everything Ethan said, and would always give his honest opinion, even if it hindered the course of the episode.
Okay.
Not being a good interviewee. You can be gracious, and maybe the question's not perfect, but you can, accommodate it with like a good answer and bring it back to a good place. He doesn't like to do that at all.
Okay.
Ethan got his first taste of this.
Show me an example.
Suggesting the following point.
Bullying's almost important in a way, isn't it? Like, you gotta allow kids to give each other shit.
I don't think as a parent you ever allow it.
Sure.
Although it became more obvious 10 minutes later when the two...
Well, Okay, so of course, as a parent, you don't allow it. Like if you see some bullying happening to your kid, of course you defend that. But at the same time, from an outside perspective, bullying is important for your mental health when it comes to being on the internet. And I don't mean like real, like physical bullying, like getting your ass whooped, getting stuffed in lockers. I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about a little bit of emotional bullying, man. If you don't build some sort of thick skin, you ain't gonna be able to deal with nothing. Like that's why motherfuckers be out here getting mad and complaining and trying to cancel people left and right nowadays. They ain't got no thick skin. You say one thing that's even slightly offensive around them and they just want you deplatformed. And it's just like, bro, chill the fuck out. It's not that serious. You know what I'm saying? People ain't got no thick skin no more, dog. Motherfuckers be crying in the goddamn corner. You know what I'm saying? If a couple people saying a few things about you is enough to make you give the fuck up on the internet, good riddance. Like, you weren't fit to make it anyway. You ain't got no type of thick skin. So a small amount of mental bullying is healthy. But of course, if you're a parent and you got a kid that's going through that, you don't let that shit happen, of course.
Who started talking about the dog whisperer.
Does he even know anything? I also wonder, does he just pretend like he knows?
Well, I think the guy knows what he's doing.
Okay,
I mean, he got a TV show. You're a really cynical guy, man.
I thought you were down. I thought you were going to be down.
That is a lot for me to say that.
I thought you were going to be down, but
cynical
apparently I'm cynical even to Bill Burr.
Given the podcast was being streamed in real time, viewers gave their reactions in a Reddit thread reading, "Am I the only one who's finding this podcast super awkward? What is wrong with Ethan? He's not laughing at any of Bill's jokes, and it's like he's lost all conversational skills."
That's
From
tough.
a top comment reading, "Yeah, there's no chemistry between Bill and Ethan." However, things only got worse from here, as after 54 minutes of talking, the following exchange occurred.
It seems like you're in love with your daughter, hearing you talk about her on the podcast.
Jesus Christ, well, you're pretty perceptive. It seems like you care about your own child.
Listen, more than that.
Why do you say it like that?
Because again, you're this character. You gush over your daughter. Not everyone gushes. Did your dad gush over you?
My dad actually at work did. And he also had a zillion kids, so I mean, yeah.
Really? How many siblings do you have?
I don't know, dude. The internet's too fucking weird to give out all that information.
Oh, you don't even want to say how many because you're afraid that it will
yeah, by all means,
compromise your
keep talking
privacy.
about it. Is there any way you can cut this out?
Damn. Damn, okay. That was already going to a weird place before it even got here. But he was just, bro, why you even talking about it? Is there a way we can cut this out? That was kind of a weird way to say that, though. Like, bro, you really like to gush over your daughter, bro. Like you kind of do that a lot. Like, okay, I ain't gonna lie. There are some parents that are annoyingly gushy about their kids. It's like, bro, not to say that don't take this the wrong way. I'm not trying to disrespect you or anything, but yo, I don't care about your kid as much as you do. Stop telling me about your kid. I don't care. It's your kid. It's not my kid. You supposed to feel happy about him. I don't care. And I don't take that the wrong way. Like, I just don't give no type of fuck at all. But some parents talk about their kids too much. I know y'all can say, how do you talk about your kids too much? From my perspective, I'm talking about as the third party having to listen to you talk about your kid. I ain't trying to hear that shit. But I wouldn't have said no shit like that to nobody. Like, to their face, like, yo, you gushed about your kid too much. Because where do you think, where else can that go? Where else can that go? That's not going to go to a positive place. It can.
I'm honest, dude. Like,
seriously?
Yeah, no, dude. There's fucking lunatics out there.
Okay.
Well,
Off the air, I'll tell you.
I don't agree with giving out no personal information either.
Jeez. I love how surprised he is. Jeez.
well,
There's
you
actually-
mentioned the
there's
amount.
absolutely crazy people out
Okay,
there.
yeah. No.
Damn, this is
I don't know why that got so flat.
With Bill being direct and private, and Ethan being curious and open, the conversation failed to flow for a pretty obvious reason.
You could not have picked two totally different people to get together and have an interview.
This could be observed when Ethan doubled down on the compliments.
The greatest Bill Burr.
Oh, geez.
I do mean that, by the way. I know it makes you uncomfortable.
It does.
Although there was one final question that put the podcast in a casket.
Okay.
12 years beforehand in 2006,
Look at young Bill Burr.
performed a stand-up set in Philadelphia.
Younger.
where he basically roasted the audience to their face, and in response he was booed by everyone.
Damn.
The set has since been considered legendary given Bill would even go there. However, when Ethan brought it up on their episode, Bill Burr wasn't looking to talk about it.
You know what? I heard about that. I don't watch Bill Burr as a comedian, but I know who he is. And I know a YouTuber who loves comedians, so he knows about Bill Burr's history. And he said that he would love to like get famous in the way that Bill Burr hates. Like Bill Burr hates how he got famous, and he said he would love to get famous in the exact same way. Like that would just be his fucking cup of tea. That would be his thing. So it's kind of crazy, man. People just be thinking different is the point that I'm trying to make with this little soliloquy that I just went into.
It was when you were getting booed by.
But he ain't trying to talk about it.
The people
I was
in
hoping
Philly.
you were. I was like, when you said my favorite YouTube video, I was like, oh God, not the Philly thing again. Now I hate you.
Oh, no.
Damn.
What can I do? I love that.
I'm joking. I'm fucking with you. Go ahead, let's do it.
But do you?
What was
but,
going through your head?
No, I'm not gonna ask you.
Were booed. Have you been booed before?
Oh my
You've
goodness.
talked about this a lot. I didn't
Yes.
realize.
No, but go ahead. Let's do it.
Well,
Let's
now
do it.
I
What
frankly,
the
I like
skip
making
it?
you.
I
I like
to
making you.
skip it.
I like making you uncomfortable.
Well, what
do
am I
this
supposed
thing.
to? Well, what am I? Yeah, right.
You know,
Bro, this hostile ass interview,
What
bro.
goes through your head, Bill, when you're getting booed by all those people.
I don't know.
Yet the two completed the episode by insisting that things had gone well.
I almost made it through without making an ass of myself. I got so close.
What are you talking about? I had a great time.
I did too. I really did.
I hope you did. I'm worried about you.
I did.
Thank God you got.
I'm playing
Wait.
it up. I'm playing it up.
The audience reaction, however, couldn't have been more negative. Longtime H3H3 fan, but I'm really struggling staying with the podcast. We all knew that Ethan wasn't a great podcast partner / interviewer, but
Damn.
today it's just horrible. Bill's realness really contrasts Ethan's wacky performance, which is furthered by a meme reading who would win. Stand-up comedian, actor, voice artist, writer, musician, producer, and social
my
critic,
God.
industry veteran at 25 plus years. or
What the hell is on that computer
dresses up in
screen?
Costumes and says the memes. In a different post, you/SkyKid200 highlighted, "You know you messed up when you make Bill Burr cringe." And the one and only post questioning, "Am I the only one around here who didn't think the interview with Bill Burr was bad?"
Oh,
The
my
top
goodness.
comment simply stated,
Yes.
On the video itself, KG stated, "This just made me like Bill more than I already
That's
did."
KG.
Although there were others who thought Bill was the one who messed up the interview.
What I would say to Bill Burr is get a grip. There's going to be 1 million people watching this. If you don't want to do it, don't come. Don't be a crank. There's no room for cranks.
It's kind of too late for that now. You're already
Popular
there.
opinion
And it was
that
live.
Bill Burr was the douche, as he was purposely trying to be superior to Ethan the entire time. And the sibling shit, that was a dumbass overreaction by Bill. I know how many siblings Bill Burr has. Let's use this info to find him somehow. Bill came off as that baby boomer kind of guy who doesn't quite get what you are saying, and to compensate tries to make you feel uncomfortable.
I guess that's a slightly fair point considering he's already famous. Like, if motherfuckers were gonna try to like use information to find out other things about you, the information they need is probably already out there. Like, you're Bill Burr, so like finding out the number of siblings you have wouldn't do shit. I get the point there. But at the same time, I don't know. Maybe he don't look at it like that. Maybe he just like, bro, I'm not telling you how many siblings I got. I don't want you looking into them. I don't know.
This
I
was
don't
also argued by another user.
Maybe he
who
was just being a
wrote,
dickhead.
"I'm curious, if I know the amount of siblings of a person, what would that kind of information ever benefit me, even if I was someone who would have vicious thoughts in their head? Ridiculously overreacted."
Yeah,
Although, as
maybe he was
highlighted
just being a
in the
dick.
comments, Bill certainly has the right to his own privacy. Who was at fault wasn't important anyway. All that mattered was the interview went so poorly, Ethan cancelled all of his following podcast guests.
I was canceling episodes after that.
And instead hosted 7 weeks worth of episodes with just him and his wife, one of which addressing how the show had become hated.
Goodness.
It's like nobody likes this podcast and everybody wants it to go away, but somebody likes it. I mean, people watch it,
Somebody likes it.
right?
I mean, he's it's doing numbers.
This person likes
Still
it.
getting hundreds of thousands,
Addressed
right?
in detail only 2 videos later, in which Ethan didn't reference the Bill Burr episode, but explained that something had derailed his life.
About 2-3 months ago is when I kind of hit rock bottom, and I was just so miserable that I was so tired. I didn't no longer want it to be myself.
As a result of this
Damn.
unspecified event, Ethan had begun using antidepressants.
Oh
I had
no.
this bottle of antidepressants in my bedside, and I said, after dealing with this and hitting rock bottom, I started taking it.
Which was the only alternative to ditching the podcast completely.
Damn, that's tough.
About quitting the podcast, honestly.
A lot.
Yeah. Because it's been such a pain. It's been so...
Is he still going through that? I know he still makes
Ethan
content, but
instead
is the
doubled down on
podcast
the
specifically still going?
broadcasting by discussing his Bill Burr experience with the most unlikely of people, Theo Von. You see, Theo
I remember
has
him.
a disaster podcast with Bill, where Bill also acted harshly towards Theo for asking fairly innocent questions.
Damn.
Keep a weapon on yours or no?
On what?
In your I don't know if you have a helicopter, or if you rent a helicopter.
Do I really have to answer that? He knows goddamn well I don't have a weapon. Why are you doing this?
You don't? You wouldn't have a gun? I don't think that's obtuse, really, to think you might have a weapon in there with you. Think about it.
Yeah, think about it.
Okay, all right.
You think about it.
All right.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Okay.
Theo and Ethan therefore met to discuss what had happened, where Ethan confirmed his rock bottom moment was because of the Bill Burr episode.
I went into therapy after that episode. I'm not even
really.
I'm not even being kidding. I mean, I was
That's
having
crazy.
a depressive episode for a long time,
Right.
and I had these antidepressants next to my bed. And after that episode with Bill Burr, I came home, and that's when I started taking antidepressants, and I went to therapy. Wow. It was soul crushing.
Ethan then explained why the interview was so
Damn.
tough for him.
When he sees an opening, he like attacks.
Yeah.
He is unlike anyone else I've ever interviewed because he's not willing to give you the benefit of the doubt. He will expose any chinks in your armor.
And that the hardest part to deal with was how
Dang,
the
man.
audience reacted.
It didn't feel that
Over there
bad,
slicing
but
and
it was
dicing your ass up.
the audience reaction to it afterward.
However, for those revisiting the original podcast, Ethan admitting to therapy opened a brand new point of criticism.
Oh?
He just said bullying is important. That's rich considering he needed therapy and antidepressants after a simple conversation with Bill Burr.
That's
It's
not
ironic
completely
that Ethan
unfair.
said sometimes kids need to be bullied when he later cried about how hard the Bill Burr interview was. The fact that he went into therapy after this interview is crazy lol, although Ethan was preparing for a shot at redemption. Exactly 1 year after the first Bill Burr interview, Ethan made a post on Instagram reading, "It was an honor to be fat shamed today by the great Bill Burr," confirming the two had done another interview. Surprisingly, it was Bill Burr who suggested the redo.
And then Bill Burr
really?
reached out to us to come back on a second time. He reached out to us. And the second one, everyone thought went great. They said it was the redemption episode.
Ethan therefore framed the first interview as a positive learning experience.
From that episode, though, I've had a lot of growth. I don't take it back. The Bill Burr thing specifically.
You don't take the Bill Burr thing back?
No.
Especially given how it changed his day-to-day life.
Taking antidepressants, going to therapy was like the best choice I ever made for me and my family, and professionally too. I mean, it's made everything better.
All right. Okay. So after the original disaster episode with Bill Burr, he was able to flip that thing. They went and did it again, another episode, and everyone's saying that was a great episode. Okay, well, hey, you win in the end. You know what I'm saying? Lose here so you can win here. Sometimes you gotta do that. Yeah, man. Bill Burr, he out here, bro. He just seems like, even though I'm pretty sure he's a funny dude, he sounds like one of those dudes that's like, he might be the lovable asshole archetype. Like, people like him. Like, he's like a dickhead, but he's like charming enough to where people still like him to an extent. But at the same time, if you just like sit and have a conversation with him, he's just mostly a dickhead as opposed to being funny. You know what I mean? Maybe that's the thing. I don't know. But two bad experiences. He had one with Theo Von too. I didn't even know that. That's crazy. Bill Burr. And he's probably stuck in his ways. He older. He don't give a damn. He don't give a damn. Man ain't changing. What you gonna do about it? You gonna have to deal with that. You know what I'm saying? You want to do a podcast with Bill Burr? You got to take what come with it. That's just what it is. But hey, man, this was a good episode. It was an interesting video to watch, learning about this whole situation with H3 and Bill Burr. Make sure y'all show a lot of love to this video. Like, share, and subscribe. I'm about to go ahead and react to something else, so make sure y'all stay tuned for that. And until next time, I'm up out of this thing. This is your boy Dairu signing out. Peace.